Hello. Today we're going to take a look at who or what the mysterious Fulcrum is, and what exactly it is that they accomplished, and why Vader never got directly involved. This and more we'll cover in today's video. I first want to take a look at the meaning of the word fulcrum, as it's not just a word introduced in the Star Wars universe, but rather a physics term. A simpler definition from the Oxford Dictionary is as follows, and I quote, "A thing that plays a central or essential role in an activity, event, or situation." End quote. So if we apply this definition to Fulcrum in Star Wars, we start to see that whoever or whatever this name pertains to plays a larger role than we previously thought. Now, the very first time the name Fulcrum appears in Star Wars media is during the Clone Wars, as a subspace communications frequency often used by Jedi General Anakin Skywalker, the existence of which was only known by Admiral Wilf Yularen, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ahsoka Tano, and Ondoronian freedom fighter Saw Gerrera. It's important that Anakin Skywalker is intertwined in the creation and used of Fulcrum throughout the Clone Wars, for a reason that we'll touch on later in the video. Now, the last episode of Tales of the Jedi demonstrates perfectly the circumstances under which Ahsoka adopted the title Fulcrum. Beginning to leave the funeral of Padme Amidala, which she risked her life to attend, Bail Organa confronts Ahsoka, asking if she would like to join him, helping the people fight off the Empire, essentially in starting a rebellion, an offer that Ahsoka initially refuses. However, after being betrayed to the Empire, which caused the destruction of the town she called home by the 11th brother, Ahsoka finally accepts Organa's offer, suggesting that the rebels will need a better way of communicating. And this is what finally ties it all together. Ahsoka got the inspiration for the name from Anakin, and used her current circumstances as a reason to revive the subspace frequency for the rebel cause. Ahsoka would not only be the only user of this codename, as it soon became the standard alias for rebel operatives within this network. Their goal? Recruit people to the rebellion and assign missions to the different existing rebel cells without being caught or discovered by the Empire. And I think this is a pretty neat example of a spy network within the Star Wars universe. They would often use voice modulators and this symbol during their transmission, and if that symbol looks at all familiar to you, then I congratulate you, because it's actually derived from Ahsoka's forehead marking, which I'm sure many fans deduced when watching the Rebel TV show for the first time. The following quote comes from Wikipedia, and I quote, "The use of Fulcrum as a single codename allowed for the confusion of Imperial intelligence operations if an individual agent was uncovered." End quote, which clearly worked to the advantage of keeping the rest of the network hidden, should any agent ever be discovered, such as in the case of Kallus, when Thrawn uncovered him as a Fulcrum agent. Fulcrum, of course, wasn't just one person. It wasn't just Ahsoka, but a whole network of people who risked their lives to grow the rebellion, to give the galaxy a fighting chance against, well, the oppression of the Empire. But this begs the question, if the name Fulcrum was adopted by Ahsoka as her alias, how could this news not have reached Darth Vader? Surely, Vader would have recognized that if anyone was using this name for rebellious activities, it would have to be one of the two people not loyal to the Empire, which even knew of its existence. Of course, we know that Obi-Wan had nothing to do with this, but Vader did in fact know he survived Order 66 by the time the Spectres are operating, and we know this because of their encounter in the Kenobi show. So why would Vader not have investigated further in the time leading up to the events of Rebels? We can only truly assume that this was either due to Vader having his hands full with hunting down other Jedi survivors, and believing to an extent that Ahsoka had died, as we see him visit the wreckage in the last episode of the Clone Wars. But I think it more likely to be a combination of both. It is entirely possible that the name Fulcrum simply never reached Vader, as the Empire generally made use of him to eliminate the remaining Jedi and not, quote, rebel activity. I'll end the video with this little note. Fulcrum is, and I quote, "a thing that plays a central role in an activity, event, or situation." And in this case, the Rebel Alliance is the thing that Fulcrum plays a central role in, helping the rebellion flourish, keeping its information pathways secure. I believe that's all we have for today's video, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and as Ahsoka once said, "The Republic couldn't have asked for better soldiers, nor I a better friend."